Good morning, traders. It's Peter Thompson, Senior Mentor of 1 Billion Signals, sponsored by Merit Forex. It's a new week and the last day of the month. Very interesting month. We've got the Federal Reserve announced last week. I'll start with this because simply this is the general topic everybody is following. They're keeping the same interest rate, and they are probably gonna start taking actions towards the interest rates after March. They also announced they want to see a little bit more from the labor market in United States. That's why the NFP report is more important than ever. NFP will be released on Friday, but first let's take a look what do we have on the market. In general, majors are under pressure, but more is coming. As you can see on the chart in front of you, the Euro US dollar. We're gonna check in a minute. So we start simply with the Chinese New Year all week long. Definitely, we're gonna have closed markets in China, but still we have the rest of the world, so nothing to be concerned of. The first events we are having on the calendar are on Tuesday. We start with retail sales and interest rate decision in Australia. Reserve Bank of Australia is going to announce the interest rates on Tuesday, 3:30 a.m. GMT. After that, we have manufacturing PMI in UK, 9:30 a.m. GDP, gross domestic product, in Canada, 1:30 p.m. GMT. Not very important event, not very volatile, I would say, event for the Canadian dollar. ISM manufacturing PMI 3 p.m. and that's how we're gonna end up Tuesday. Wednesday, we have inflation report in the Eurozone, 10 a.m. GMT. Very important event, I would say, for the Euro. Yeah, considering what's going on right now with the inflation worldwide, we're not going to be surprised to see the inflation going up. ADP non-farm employment change 1:15 p.m. GMT, followed by the crude oil inventories 3:30 p.m. GMT. Crude oil is very interesting, holding near $90 per barrel for the last couple of days. So crude oil we've been expecting very huge correction to the downside. We're gonna analyze in a minute. But on Thursday, what we got: composite services PMI for UK, 9:30 a.m. GMT. Bank of England and ECB are reporting the interest rates on Thursday. First is the Bank of England, 12 GMT. And by the way, the chances to see the Bank of England increasing the interest rate is very, very high. So from 0.25 to 0.5%. So usually when they increase the interest rate, that's positive for the currency. We can see very sharp movements of the Great British Pound on Thursday. About the ECB, nothing is expected for now. 12:45 is going to be the release time. Initial jobless claims after that, 134 US, and ISM non-manufacturing PMI 3 p.m. GMT for the US dollar. Friday, our lovely NFP, non-farm employment change and unemployment rate reports, 1:30 p.m. GMT. The unemployment rate is relatively speaking low, 3.9%, but the inflation is still very high in US. Quickly to remind you, is going up and up and up. It's almost 7%. It's 7% actually, and this is actually the reason why the Federal Reserve is waiting for with the interest rates. So that's it on the calendar. Let's take a look what we got on the charts. Euro US dollar broken the support level. By the way, I'm a little bit surprised, and to be honest with you, I've been expecting to see push to the upside from 1.13, but just Euro decided to plummet to the downside with 180 pips for 2 days. This is, guys, huge. So I'm moving this resistance line to a new one, 1.1168, and let's see if this is going to be false breakout and the price is going to go up quickly above it, or it's just going to hold the support level. It's very important. Quick reminder, we have inflation report for the euro and of course interest rates on Thursday from ECB. GBP, I would wait for the euro. if this is the question. On the other side, Great British Pound, it looks pretty interesting because it's staying exactly 1.3422, trying to push up from the morning. We still have a support, one and even further down. Interest rate decision. Probably we're gonna see huge push to the upside, especially if we compare the GBP to the Euro. GBP is much better bet to the long side. I'm remaining long. 1.36 until the end of the day. I'm not going to be surprised. Even 1.37, we can see huge push to the upside exactly because of Bank of England on Thursday decision, interest rate decision. Australian USD. Pretty similar to the euro. I'm moving this resistance to a new support to 0.6992, 0.70. I would say I'm even gonna put it here, 0.70. Definitely false breakout. The Australian dollar is pushing up. We have important data about the Australian dollar this week. So 0.71, 0.71, 70 from this level, 160 pips away, as pretty possible for the Australian dollar. Let's see what's going to happen. It's the NFP on Friday anyway. New Zealand USD on the other side, absolutely breakout and melting to the downside. 170 pips from the breakout. The price can correct to the upside, not touching the New Zealand dollar to the upside. I'm not going to buy New Zealand dollar for sure compared to the Australian dollar. They're usually with very similar price action, but right now they're absolutely disconnected. So that's why be very careful if you're gonna choose between Australian and New Zealand. I would choose the Australian dollar for sure. USD CAD going directly to the crude oil. The last couple of days, 80, 87, 88, trying to push to $90. We are anyway $2 away from 90, but still we're getting very close. So a couple of indecision candles the last couple of days, Friday, Thursday, and from here definitely we can see drop to the downside. As much is pushing up, guys, the chance to see bigger and bigger correction is much possible. So that's why be very careful, especially if you're taking buy trades on the crude oil. I would definitely wait for a much better price. 78, 74, absolutely not impossible. And if we see the crude oil drop, respectively speaking, drop of the Canadian, and of course USD CAD pushing up, so test of 1.2836 is definitely possible, even though right now the USD Canadian is pushing down. But be very careful because this can be very quickly changed, and the USD CAD could decide just to go up, test the resistance, test the other one even. Why not? Even though the USD Canadian is a short trade, just be very careful by taking it right now because of the crude oil potential correction. USD Swiss, total mess, absolutely. So take a look. We have a couple of times we got this big huge pushes to the upside, 270 pips here, 200 pips almost here. So we have about 150 here, we have 220. So these pushes are pretty absolutely normal in the last couple of months. So we have here 220 pips to the upside with potential drop with the same approximately, but it's a very big mess on the USD Swiss. So if you take a look, just the price is going nowhere, no clear direction. I'm hunting for short trades only on the USD Swiss until March, April, until I see what the Federal Reserve is going to do with the next interest rate, and that's why I prefer to focus on something that's much more clear, much better in terms of trading. So that's why I'm not gonna touch USD Swiss. USD Japan on the other side, pushing to the upside. It's kind of logical considering and just taking a look what's going on the USD Japan in the recent couple of months, but still be very careful. Still we can see huge last drop of the US dollar to the downside. So that's what can make USD Japan a very nice short opportunity. I'm moving this support level to a new resistance that we obviously have here, 115.50, and from here we can see correction in order to test 113.57 with a little bit obstacle around 114.70, these levels. So practically speaking, that's it, guys. About the Bitcoin, Bitcoin a little bit more is fighting, but still under pressure, fighting to recover. Currently, it's on $37,000. We've seen a recovery from $33,000, pushing to the upside. Slight correction, I would consider that as a slight correction to the upside, and further push to the downside in order to head to 30,000, even $25,000 is absolutely possible. I'm not touching cryptos for now, and I probably for the next couple of months. Let's see how this is gonna perform. If we have good opportunities, we're definitely gonna discuss that in the future videos. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Really hope you enjoyed these videos. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, share us and like us on the social medias. This is how you support our YouTube channel. Expect my new video on Wednesday, and have a very, very profitable week. Bye.